Dear diamonds and fellow diamonds in the rough, this isn't a known fact in the gacha streets, but we have a little history with the man known as Kabuki/Ren. I don't have it with him directly, but a longtime follower happens to have discovered the content and got with some beef with the weirdos in the sewage that is that channel. As you guessed it, she happens to be a teenage girl. Oh boy, a child is speaking up against them today. You know, the very thing they water over? Yeah, that's pulling up on them today. And he's gonna give her take as how that makes her feel. You guys say, oh, it's all fiction, we're not harming anyone. Well, we have a physical manifestation of what those characters are gonna feel like if they were to see and hear what you guys are saying. So, you know, you guys like to hide behind that one defense. Yeah, we're taking that away. My personal take will be after hers, as she is the one that is so angry at him. She kept asking me about making a video about him for the longest time. And now that we got some amazing updates regarding him, now is the perfect time to hopefully put the final nail in Kabuki Ren's coffin. But why didn't you do this before? You're just doing it right now because he's using you with views. First of all, that rhymes. And second, I've never said this to anybody, but because she is very adamant on speaking up against them, I did fear for her safety. We've discovered him prior to when the mainstream gacha community discovered him. At the time, I was just making fun videos and tipped my toes on news updates. But now, seeing the support I got from all you intelligent individuals, because goddamn, I look in the comments, where were you guys all my life? And I'm not lying! So much constructive criticism on the quality of the content, suggestions, you guys are the best. So today, I would love for you to support her, as technically I'm nothing but the middleman shedding light on a young girl's anger and disgust. Obviously, she will remain as anonymous as possible, but it's the internet, and in case someone finds her, you already know I'll defend her with all my might, and I'm counting on you guys to do the same. Pretty fucked up that we're dealing with such weirdos that we gotta ask for protection, but here we are. I'm trying to be as responsible as possible because I'm the adult here in this situation, and all the accountability will come down on me. This man right here. Yeah. Should be giving her take in this video, but before we get to that, let's go over how bro was put on the map. Kabuki hit the mainstream through Tectone, who talked about how disgusting all those behaviors are. Because they are. Clearly! No debating! But these people not only are creeps, but also unhinged, using the argument that it's just fiction and that they're not actually harming anybody. And even so, using that content.
Y'all are trash. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Y'all are trash.
As unfortunately, Tectone's exposure made him somewhat stronger, as we see from his subscriber count and the comments thanking Tectone for showing them this.
That's some fucked up shit.
However, he did have enough fire lit up under him that he changed his name from Kabuki to Ren. Obviously, he's an idiot because the @ is still Kabuki. He can change the @ but he did not, which is an interesting detail. We'll get to that. Oh, by the way, we have more news coming to light that our courageous little ones still don't know. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear from our little warrior. So, you wanted to talk and voice your concern about all this for quite some time.
Yeah, I did.
I'll ask you a few questions, and you answer those however you like. I will censor swear words. Obviously, I know you like to swear when you're angry.
Guilty as charged.
Owning up. Respect. Okay, so let's start off a little easy. How did discovering his content make you feel?
Well, disgusted and, well, of course, very mad seeing the type of content he put out at the time.
But, you know, they say it's just fiction. What's the problem with that?
The main problem is, even though they think, because it's fictional characters, that it wouldn't hurt anybody saying that it's just fiction, many girls in real life experience similar things to what that YouTuber and his friends want to do with the characters. And thus it makes all of us, no matter the age, very uncomfortable. Well, I do feel very disgusted by it, and there are times when, like, seeing one of the videos pop up can cause me to, feel so sick that I feel like I'm going to throw up. So I would say yes.
Okay, so you can say that these videos, in a way, make you feel a little unsafe as an underage girl.
Yes, especially since the characters the videos portray are usually children, even under my own age.
All right. So, what do you think of his community? The whole group that is the Kabuki community.
I would say they are, well, very weird, to put it lightly, because
Fitting.
let's be real, they have a crush on children. I think we can all understand where I'm coming from when I say that they are weird. And what's scary is how much they back Kabuki up.
Why do you think they back him?
They back him up because they don't want him to stop with putting out this kind of content, because this is kind of the only way of seeing the things they like without feeling that they are doing something wrong, because in that community they feel safe that what they are doing is absolutely normal.
I really like that. That is a beautiful take. What do you think of him personally and what
Well,
he's
seeing
doing?
how much he's trying to change at the moment, because I think the people who have been following up with the drama around him, it's clear that he's trying to at least somehow save his content. He is showing some growth, but let's just say his past mistakes are something that I cannot feel like I will ever forgive. Those sexualizations of characters. I don't hate him, but I do not forgive him either. It's kind of neutral.
Okay, so I would
think-
ask now that you see that he's doing this and he's trying to protect content and all that, because we've seen his channel and we did notice that he has a lot of different forms of content, and he was making normal content for the longest time until he all of a sudden switched to this form. So, do you think he's doing this for the sake of clout or because he has weird fetishes?
It might be a mix of both, but seeing how he mostly uses those more sexualizing type of videos on his shorts forms, while trying to cover it up with longer videos being normal, either build or just hot takes on different things going around Genshin, I would think he's mostly doing it for clout.
So, we can agree that he's not just this unhinged weirdo creep disgusting. He's choosing to do this. It's a choice and not just, oh, that's just how I am.
At least that's what I see from his content. He basically fell down the rabbit hole of wanting as many views and as many subscribers as he can get, no matter the cost.
So would you
But
say he's doing it? Sorry, go ahead. Excuse me.
no problem. So, but I think that he is going to, well, at least now, the way I see it, he is trying to get himself out of the hole he dug.
But would you say he's doing that right now because there's repercussions on what he was doing? Or he's just doing it for the goodness of his heart and all of a sudden there's a change of heart and he's doing things for the better?
I think it's partly because the amount of lash out he got, as you said, from Tectone, and I think many other people have already tackled his content, even though if not on YouTube, at least talked about it a lot. And in his comment sections, it can be seen that many people are against it. But I think it's rather for protecting his content, trying not to get demonetized by YouTube.
I see, but I think he got like 3 copyright strikes, so I think the channel is gonna probably close. So he is
Not
fighting
three,
it.
only two.
Only 2.
Only
Oh,
two.
okay. Damn shame. What a shame. So you do know that he is making a second channel. So would you say people should go follow that channel? Or should it be the end of the saga that is Kabuki?
I actually, before we started the conversation, I decided to take a look at his second channel
Mm-hmm.
just to try and make something good.
That's smart.
In his second channel, he's tackling a lot more Blue Archive content, but I
Okay.
don't think he is going to save himself. I didn't watch the shorts yet. He didn't post any long-term videos, but from what I see, he is just trying to save himself and his content and trying to do this all unnoticed. I don't think people should follow that YouTube channel because he's just going to do the same thing all over again. I think this saga should end with the original Kabuki channel.
So he should just get banned from YouTube completely. Like whenever he's detected, he should just ban. No. He should be the new Leafy's here. Just ban him completely.
Yeah, kinda. But I, as much as it's incredible for me to say this, I think he still has a chance to at least try and improve and to try and somehow like save himself from the fate of always getting banned either on Discord, because I know that he has a Discord server, or of YouTube, of course.
Okay. So
I think he still has a chance to save himself.
Okay. I mean, the fact that he is pushing it out to his original channel goes to show that he is very thirsty for clout and very thirsty for the setup he had and established.
Yes, but that's just the casual thing that happens with most YouTubers, as far as I've seen. They want clout, and sometimes they can go too far for it.
And you will say that this is another case of that.
As far as I see, yes. Looking back at his videos, like I think 8 months ago, he was a casual content creator talking about builds and talking about Genshin, and then suddenly something just switched and it turned to this darker form of content making.
Would you say his content was bad? Like not the underage, inappropriate content, but like the content where he talked about topics, etc. Was it bad content?
No, it wasn't. It was actually pretty good, especially looking at how most people make those kind of content videos. Watching one of those older videos, I actually enjoyed and agreed with most of the things he said. But I think he also realized that with how many videos like that are up on the internet, he would not gain fame as fast as he hoped. And I think that's the reason he decided to put plug kind of on that kind of content and switch to this much more darker and much more disgusting kind of content he has been making.
So for the news that are new and you haven't heard yet, he seemed pretty upset and said that his classmates found his YouTube channel and all the stuff on there. And from what I understood, he got bullied, and after that, he tried to gather other unhinged weirdos on his Discord. He keeps defending that liking little girl drawings is okay because it's not real. So that guy is under 18 and has a weird fetish.
Oh my dear God.
So apparently, from what people can tell, he's probably around 16 to 18 years old. Now, if this information is true and he is 16, would you still say that it is okay to sexualize a literal child?
No. No matter
Because
the age.
technically speaking, he is underaged. So would you say it's okay?
If that information is true, then he's in the same age range as me. But I stand by the fact that no matter how old someone is, sexualizing kids, whether fiction or real, is never okay.
100%. So what would you like to say to him and his community? What message would you like them to know?
For his community, I would say, one, go to a therapist. And two, just look into the goddamn mirror. Because I think most of these people haven't looked into a mirror and thought about what the hell they were doing. For Kabuki, I believe that he, even though it's a slim chance, he still has a chance of trying to improve, trying to get some redemption. All I can say is I hope for the best, that he manages to redeem himself. But I can just say the same thing, to look into a mirror, think about what you've been doing, and then come back and either try to fix your mistakes, or if you keep on doing what you're doing, you have to face the consequences of your own actions.
That was beautiful. I really love your takes where there's no real hate towards it, but rather like, please stop. Would you say YouTube is responsible for the fact that you, a kid, got this type of content? Would you say that it's also YouTube's responsibility to censor this content for you?
not only this kind of content, but there are many other sexualized contents that should belong on another site, not YouTube, that YouTube
Well,
allows
shouldn't
because
exist,
of
I
the
would say.
censorship. Yeah, because of the censorship being such a thin line between what's allowed and what's not. And since, let's be clear, most kids usually lie about their age when they go onto YouTube, because even YouTube asks for age, if I remember
That is true.
correctly.
Yeah.
And most kids will lie about this, make themselves like 18 or even older. And the problem is that thanks to this, YouTube doesn't like hide the videos that their own age range shouldn't see.
Mhm.
I speak that from experience, since I mentioned many times that Kabukis videos, even after constantly trying to avoid them, did come back up. And let's just say his content isn't the only thing that has been coming up on my feed sometimes.
There's something
But I
else.
always,
There's other stuff still. Like it's not just him, huh?
well, we mentioned once that there are lots of other content creators who do the same thing, but
Wait,
it's not
what? I
only
thought it
this.
was just him.
Luckily, I didn't get too many channels recommended with this. Kabuki was the only one who showed up most of the time, but
Okay.
his videos did get reposted a lot of time.
Oh, all right. So there were reposts, huh?
Yeah, because his fans are reposting his videos to try and get more views for themselves, because most of them are not even giving credit to Kabuki for the video.
I mean, should they?
No, they shouldn't, but still.
Yes. Isn't that something? I didn't know that. I really didn't know that.
Yeah, I've seen a couple reposts, I think like 3. I don't remember the YouTubers, but there are reposts of Kabuki's videos out there. And even if you like push do not recommend on one of the reposts, another one will just show up. Like, let's be clear, most people already reported Kabuki months ago.
That is true, and I was still waiting for this to happen.
Yes, and the thing is, when I reported him, that was in 2023 summer, I think.
Yo.
Summer or spring, summer or fall.
Yeah, around that time, yeah.
Yeah, and it was today that we finally got the news that he is getting like striked for child protection because of his content.
Well, I would say it took them long enough. I guess they're lagging over there.
It's 2024 February.
I know. That's
It
quite the
took
lag.
them. It took them a lot of time to actually do something about it. But the problem is that in that time, Kabuki has already reached 10k subscribers, which is worrying, and
It is.
only God knows how many children got recommended his videos in those times while YouTube wasn't doing anything about it.
So
And
would
that's
you
the
say
scary
it's the
thing to think about.
responsibility of YouTube to keep blocking these people, or should these people feel a little more responsible and understand that this content can be pushed in some children, and understand that kids will technically lie about their age for the sake of digesting content? Because let's face it, kids don't really sit there and try to get kids content. Let's call a spade a spade. I mean, even when I was a kid, I would be like, yeah, I'm plus 18, no problem, whatever. So kids are taking in mature content, and amongst that mature content is this. So like YouTube can't really do much about it if kids are lying, but these people have to do something about it, knowing that this thing can get to kids.
I would say it's both the responsibility of the whole YouTube platform and its monitoring of certain content creators. That's actually because it isn't as explicit, because even though it's very disgusting, it doesn't always show naked child characters. Usually he shows them in game where you cannot make them like naked and just says things in an inappropriate way. And YouTube sees that in a different way than it would see like naked content, which immediately gets taken down. And it's the same thing with the thumbnails, because let's be real, you saw it, I saw
did.
it, we all saw it.
Yeah, we all knew.
The thumbnails get judged differently because, let's be real, we all saw clickbait thumbnails.
Yeah.
And I don't know how YouTube checked the videos, but I don't think the thumbnails get checked as much as the rest of the video itself. And with Kabuki usually making the video sound like casual building, or like just talking about one character, about how good they are, and then saying it in a more sexualized way, I would say that's how he managed to just lay low and not get spotted by the YouTube demonetization yet.
Well, I guess we have to keep shedding more light in this topic because there's a lot of children to protect from this kind of behavior.
I mean, here's me, a 10-year-old child, who saw more of this than I would like.
Well, thank you for doing this. I appreciate the courage that it took for you to be able to do this, and you putting yourself out there for the sake of what's good and what's right. You're quite the little warrior, and I, for one, can really appreciate what you're doing. So thank you for that.
Thanks for having this chat.
I know
with
you've
me.
been dying to do it.
Yep.
I hope you are satisfied. You can finally get off my back from this topic.
I've been reminding you for months.
I know, but like I said before, it's more so for your own safety.
Yeah, I know.
So I don't want you to get into trouble, and we will make sure you don't.
And thank you for that.
Anytime. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard. I agree with all the takes our little warrior has spoken today. I support her 1,000%. I stand behind everything she said. I hope you guys feel the same way. Hopefully, we can get rid of this little pest that's making the community even more repulsive to people, where we already have fantastic people like you guys over here and like a lot of people you see. But stuff like this should not be in any form of community, period. And the fact that Genshin is known for sexualizing characters, incels, all that stuff, like, it's bad as it is. Like, why are you guys, Kabuki, making it worse? Maybe you guys should rethink and listen to what an underage girl is saying about you guys. The very thing you guys say is fiction is now here and telling you guys what you're doing is wrong. I will do the outro, but it was pretty heavy. See you on the next one.